Hey there, urban survivors. Are you guys struggling to navigate the medical system? Maybe a doctor is not diagnosing you, or a doctor is not listening to you. Maybe you're having trouble navigating the medical system just in general. Maybe you're having bad hospital visits, or being polydrugged, or just anything in general with struggling with the medical system. Or maybe you've been involved in the medical system with your health issues and are exhausted and just can't do it on your own anymore. Then you might want to listen to this podcast, There Are Mosquitoes Out, that I was recently in with Dr. Borrelli. Dr. Borrelli interviewed me about my health situation with Akathisia, Median Arcuate Ligament Syndrome, and Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. Those are the only conditions that we really had enough time to talk about. And in particular, we talked about Akathisia since it's so horrible and needs to get out there more in the world. But anyway, the podcast I think would be helpful for those of you that either want to learn more about my health situation, or maybe you are struggling with yours to get managed. Some of you probably don't even know that a patient advocate exists and how beneficial they can be in certain situations. And so definitely check out this podcast. It's Ask the Patient Advocate with Dr. Borrelli interviewing me, Brandon Laws, Season 1, Episode 20. And I think you guys will find it helpful. I'm pretty tired, but there's one last thing I would like to try to say if I'm able. One thing that I didn't really catch on to completely years ago that I'm now caught on to, which, like to an extent I understood, but nothing like this in any way, shape, or form. And so my herbal videos that I was making years ago, I would say stay motivated, you urban survivors. And in the beginning of this video I probably said, hey, urban survivor, right? Back then, urban survivor was simply take control of your health and survive this urban environment that we live in that is toxic, full of environmental chemicals. It's toxic with processed foods, and we want to strive to be natural and to follow natural health and herbalism, while the rest of the world is being bombarded by the diabolical big pharma and food industry. And so urban survivor back then typically it meant that, just surviving in an urban environment such as the one we live in today. But once I got injured and started developing akathisia and having a really hard time navigating the medical system, I learned that there is so much more than I could have ever realized, and that I was actually quite ignorant. Not to say that I was fully ignorant. I knew that big pharma existed, and I knew that there was diabolical schemes going on and stuff like that. What I really didn't know is how bad people have had it trying to get answers to their health and literally surviving an urban life in the medical system. And so that's what urban survivor is now becoming, is surviving the medical system, which is kind of like the missing piece that I sort of had, but I knew and I was on my way to, and I was writing a book about it, but I just didn't fully have it. But now I think I've got it. And I think listening to Dr. Borrelli and I talk about my situation really solidifies what it means to be an urban survivor. It really does. Struggling to navigate a medical system. And then obviously in conjunction with, like what I said, diet and everything else. Anyway, I guess that's it for now. Hopefully I have some videos to talk about later. I'm struggling with my health. It's even difficult to make this video. If you guys want to, by the way, if you want to pray for me, that would be great. I could use all the prayers possible, and yeah, anyway, I'm tired. Be sure to hit like on this video like your life depends on it. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay motivated, be urban survivors. That's what urban survivor means now. It's literally the medical system. It's just, it's now fully encompassing things. Doing this just reminded me of SpongeBob. Imagination. We are no longer in imagination, right? We now know improv. We now know, I now know, and hopefully you guys will understand now too, how difficult this system is. And some of you already do know and are really struggling with your health. So jokes aside, with imagination, we're out of that. I think we're finally out of it. And we know there's things that will still not know and possibly be ignorant to at times. But this right here, with the medical system, I really think this could help people. And so I hope you listen to it. It's only like 27 minutes. It's pretty short. And yeah, so I'll see you guys around. I'm tired, I need to get some rest. And yeah, hopefully I have some videos to share with you guys later. Bye, it's always fun to be on YouTube. And by the way, I may have looked like I was okay in this video, but to be honest with you guys, I am so tired struggling. I am so tired. There's a battle of the dogs going on out there. I got surrounded by all of those dogs recently. It was terrible.